Welcome back to Unsolicited Takes, the takes you never asked for. We've got a very special podcast after our week hiatus this past week. I'm here tonight with Keegan
What's up?
and Julian.
How's it going?
And we got some action-packed things in this episode tonight. Make sure you stay to the end. We got some pretty big announcements coming at the end there, and we've got some pretty good segments going throughout this episode. Getting pretty close to kickoff. The Hall of Fame games coming up, and just starting out, we're gonna talk about upcoming training camp this upcoming week. Nothing too big in the news about any crazy like holdouts or any pending quarterback battles that are going to shape the league or anything like that. But nonetheless, you get to see players in practice jerseys and some pads. They wear pads in training camp, right?
Yeah,
I think at
or at
some
least part
point
of
they
it.
do.
Yeah, I think so they start with like 90 people, 90-man roster, and then they slowly cut down to the 53-man eventually. But now you get to see some of those 7th round guys, 6th round guys that probably won't be on your team come regular season. But what are you guys looking forward to about training camp with your team or just anything around the league?
So I want to start off something not with my team, but with a division rival. The Cleveland Browns seem like they have their hands full with their quarterback situation going on. You got Shador doing photo shoots whenever he's not at training camp. Then you got apparently fans of the Browns at training camp heckling Deshaun Watson during drills and such. So it's pretty interesting over there in Cleveland for them. I'm interested to see what happens there.
Very interesting
Yeah,
situation
I
going
didn't
on
see
there
that.
in Cleveland as per usual.
Always the Browns, man. Browns are always gonna brown. Cause like I think, in my opinion, just because you're still paying him so much money, you have to start Deshaun. But I do think at this point in time, Shador is the better quarterback. But hey, man, I'm glad it's not my decision I have to make.
I wouldn't even necessarily go as far as to say that Shador is like the better quarterback at this point in time. I mean, we haven't seen Deshaun play in a while, but
That's why he is
for
the better
for
quarterback to me.
for all that he is, like Deshaun is still a really good quarterback whenever he's playing healthy. Now, I guess we'll just have to see,
Did you
if
just
he
hear what
still
this
has that.
fucking guy said, Cam?
Yeah. Yes,
That
yes.
is
And
fucking
honestly,
insane,
I
brother.
think I
You
think
just
we
said
have beaten
Deshaun
the
Watson is
Browns
a
quarterback
good
thing
quarterback when healthy.
to a
Pretty
fault,
good
man.
quarterback is what you said.
We're comparing ass to ass here, and we need to the heckling was pretty crazy, but honestly, dude, it doesn't like I'm Team Shadur, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter who they start over there.
No.
Like that team is fucking garbage. It's Kyler in Minnesota, so I mean, I don't think there's much of a battle going on there. I mean, what other battle could there even be? Mendoza's probably gonna sit. I heard Mendoza he was glazing Kirk pretty much, calling him like basically his dad, saying he
Yeah,
loves learning everything.
speaking of division
He's all
rivals in our own division, I was going to bring up that it looks to me as though the rumors floating around that Kirko may just go ahead and start the whole season unless like something drastic happens.
Yeah, I don't know if I see that happening. I see like if they're like going into like the middle of the season, like week 8 or 9, and they're like 2-5 if their bye week falls whenever, or like 2-6. I see them just throwing Fernando out there for the second half of the season. Just let him get a feel for how fast the game's gonna be.
Maybe.
I don't know if it would be like the whole second half of the season. I could see him maybe doing like the last like 6 games or something. A little trial run for him. I think they are going to be pretty cautious with him. I think that's why they went and got Kirk, especially for the money they paid him. But yeah, so training camp, exciting stuff. Really, we're just waiting for football, which I think the Hall of Fame game is like August 6th.
Yep.
Maybe?
August 6th, Panthers Cardinals.
Yippee.
Yeah, so Carson Beckball, uh, whoever's fucking QB3 on the Panthers. But either way, it's football. and we'll take that at this point. Next thing I wanted to bring up was the ESPN layoffs. This has kind of been an ongoing thing, but it took a spike today when they laid off Ryan Clark. Um, he has some fans, he has some haters, you know. But apparently this is mostly just due to them hosting the Super Bowl, and them combining with NFL Network, and basically just like, I mean, when a business goes through like a change this drastic, there's gonna be some layoffs to kind of cut off some extra weight, and I think that's what they're seeing Ryan Clark here as. Do you guys think maybe there's a problem in the current scene of sports media? Is it getting a little out of hand with because some of these guys are getting paid like, I mean, you look at Tom Brady's contract, or like, you know, those type of recently retired guys that get these huge deals, and maybe like some of them no ball, but is it just getting to a point where it's like we're gonna get just straight like athletes, and there's not gonna be any real like sports analysts?
I think part of the problem with like modern like sports coverage in general, like especially with like cable and TV providers, is that most of the people that are getting news for the different leagues that they follow, they just get it in like a tweet or like an app notification. They don't need to, or they don't want to have to get a whole TV subscription through a cable provider and have to sit down for a certain allotted time during the day to, you know, find out what's going on or what people are like saying and giving their opinions about. So, and then the ESPN and NFL Network merging thing and Ryan Clark basically getting laid off from his job, it's basically just he's getting replaced by someone within the NFL Network. If I had to guess, there's no point in two companies merging and you're paying two people to do the job of one person. And Ryan Clark was just the odd man out in that situation, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean that's how it seems, and honestly, it seems like his fan base is kind of 50-50 on him. His fan base being mostly people that only follow him to hate on most of what he says. I fuck with him because he supports LSU guys, obviously. You probably fuck with him a little bit from the Steelers tie, but you know,
He's got
he'll get an
some
opportunity
pretty
somewhere else.
he's
He'll
got
get
some
like a
pretty
college
bad
game day or
takes. He's got some pretty
yeah.
bad takes every now and then, bro. It's like sometimes it's just like he's got to stop talking, like to put it bluntly.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that the trend to push for like retired athletes over, people who have actually worked their way up in like sports media to be like the talking heads in all of this is a little bit interesting because, you do get a lot of guys who have never played the sport who are able to kind of look at the game from a very different analytical standpoint, but I still think that the player perspective is like really needed like in sports commentary because these are the guys that played the game in and out for sometimes 15 years, in Tom Brady's case 20 years. I think that there's some players though that just do not need to be handed contracts and for these types of things, and I mean, I think those are kind of like the obvious ones. But I mean, just like you guys said, I mean, like, or just like you said, Cam, like with Ryan Clark, for instance, like 50-50 of his fan base likes him, 50-50 like doesn't. Like, I mean, publicity is, bad publicity is still publicity. So, I mean, these guys still, even if they have really bad takes, bring up a lot of good talking points
That's what I'm
around the
saying. I feel
sport.
like most of the time they're just baiting with it, you know. So like I feel like in that aspect they kind of do a good job because
Yeah.
they're doing the job. It's just not the most useful information that they're spreading.
Yeah. But,
Um,
you know, it is what it is. I mean, we'll see if the trend continues. It probably will, but who knows?
Speaking of Tom Brady making money
What a great
and just
segue
living
this guy
life,
has.
Tom Brady, recently has been in the news. He's had some little, they might be staged. They probably are, confrontations with Logan Paul. He's just been out in the media a lot over the off season. He's been like pretty much everywhere. There's been a big event going on. Um, And recently, Dave Portnoy,
Oh God.
highly prestiged Dave Portnoy, he argued that just like Brady was, I guess, I forgot the word that he used. What's it like? Not laminating, but like like ruining your legacy pretty much over
Lamenting.
his. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. This guy went to college, guys. He
You
said that
wouldn't
he was
guess,
doing
but he
that,
did.
and yeah, in his opinion, he's a Patriots fan, obviously. So, or he's a Brady fan at least. I'm pretty sure he's a Patriots fan, but
Yeah, he's a Patriots guy.
yeah. And even he's saying that about Mr. Tom Brady. So the real question is, as us as regular human beings, just looking at what he's doing, do you think that Tom Brady is actually tripping, or do you think it's all just a publicity stuff?
I think like 90% of it is probably publicity at this point. Because I saw something today that so TKO, the company, owns the WWE. Tom Brady also owns part of TKO. So I think that's like kind of the route Brady is gonna go. He's like trying to like soft launch his WWE like quote unquote career. Because I don't even know if he's gonna try and take it seriously or if he's just kind of like going to do like a match here and there, kind of like how I think Gronk did that too a couple years ago, where he just showed up for a couple matches. But yeah, I think Tom is just kind of, I think he's just doing shit right now, you know? It's that retired life.
I think the 10%, the other 10% you're talking about is mostly just the divorce side of him. I think he probably is a little bit, whether he likes it or not, like psychotic at this point, because he like lived his life to a certain standard for so long, and then it all just got like, he's fucking Tom Brady, and his wife like basically cheats on him with another
Allegedly,
dude, and then gets
allegedly.
married to the dude. I mean, come on, man. If you're Tom Brady, you're like, damn. And then at that point you're just disassociating from life and fucking buying the Raiders and or buying a share in the Raiders and doing whatever the fuck you want. He always looks perked out now, dude. Eyes wide open and shit. Shout out Tom, man. Go.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like I think all the like, with Logan Paul stuff and everything, I think it's a publicity thing, like through and through. But like Cam was saying, I think Tom Brady, is just not necessarily the hero that everybody like thinks he is, at least to that scale. Like he's obviously like a legendary football player. He's cemented his legacy, but I think he's got his own personal shortcomings that aren't part of the act, like with the Logan Paul stuff. Like I watched the whole interview where he's talking about how he's not as good of a father to his children as his father was to him, and like that hurts him deeply and stuff like that. And so, like I think there is like a whole aspect to where he kind of like let everything get to his head, and he's kind of like stepped out of like a moral high ground sort of perspective
Listen,
on
I'm
life.
done being your fucking hero. Okay? I'm a god. He's on his Homelander arc. See it.
But I
Um,
mean, yeah,
It really is just go pay your shit though, you know?
I mean
It's
it
like
is.
I'm the
I mean
fucking man. Like I can just do
this is like
this.
Michael Jordan retiring to gamble. Like that's what
That's
this is.
actually a
Except
pretty good way to put it.
yeah. Or I mean like going to play baseball even. Like just fucking around.
Like you have the ability and like the aura to like just do that, just to do shit, and
Yeah.
it's respectable. It's typical.
So speaking of Tom Brady,
What a segue.
he was at the World Cup, and the World Cup was played in the Americas and North America and
We live
America.
here
And the NFL plays their games in these stadiums, some of
sometimes.
which were being used for these matches, and in which they were using grass fields instead of the turf fields that were already in the stadiums. They were replaced with grass. And it just so happens that NFL players prefer grass over turf. So now it has them and everybody asking why is there still turf in these stadiums? Do you guys
no
have an answer?
ACL tears in MetLife Stadium during the World Cup. Ain't that funny? Ain't that weird? Ain't that a little
You know,
quirky?
and I just want to throw this out there. Just is it population control, similar to what the government does to us? Is
They're
it
controlling ACLs.
they need voids in contracts, like, the guarantees on the contracts differ based on, if they actually play the games. Maybe they need some guys to tear a couple ACLs.
So
That's my thinking.
me and Julian were actually talking about this during the World Cup game, and the reason why teams prefer, or not teams, why owners prefer turf over grass is simply money. They fucking put the turf down. They don't have to do anything else with it. They don't have to water it. They don't have to fertilize it. They don't have to do anything because all that shit costs money. And that's all the owners fucking see. They don't care about player safety. They don't care about anything else, how it reduces concussions or is better for your knees and shit. All they care about is money. That's why as soon as this, like, the NFL is starting to get ready to go again, they're gonna put turf back in all of these fields.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand how the money outweighs like the money that they're losing on these like players potentially like, not being able to play for their franchises like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'd be thinking. I feel like that's what most logical people would be thinking.
But
Like,
who
if I
knows?
can keep my stars on the field and we're good for multiple years, then that would probably make us a lot more money
See,
than
then it kind of ties back
fucking
into what
mowing the lawn.
you were saying, Cam, because then the owners are saving money on not having to keep up with the grass field, and they can void a couple contracts from the
That's what I'm
ACL team.
saying.
You
There's
might be
definitely
onto
something
something
dark.
there.
Yeah, there's definitely something dark that hasn't been brought to light about that, man.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
got to be.
like owners for like a very big majority of the NFL, I feel like do not, they only care about making money. Like they bought
Right.
the team for an investment. They want to like squeeze money out of this thing. The GMs and the coaches and stuff, they would probably love to have grass fields everywhere. But
And just to make this clear for any future endeavors that may be ahead of us, we're talking about only the poorly ran franchises and not all of the franchises in the NFL. And we love the NFL as well.
Well, and to that point, because it's an interesting point that you make, Keegan. To that point, who is bidding on the Seahawks right now, or I guess in the process of purchasing the Seahawks right now, but a division rival partial owner? Like, how does that even make sense other than like these guys aren't just out for money and they don't really care anything
I
about the
mean,
team itself?
majority of these guys are out for money. Back in the day, whenever it was all new, and you had like just oil millionaires that were football fans or like
yeah,
whatever it
mobsters
was.
like the Rooneys owning the Steelers.
Yeah, and they just like love football, and they're like, "Yeah, we got some money. Let's fucking start a team," you know. But they just don't have that grit anymore, man.
But
Unless it's like a family passed down thing, it's just not it.
the thing about the 49ers guy being in on the sale of the Seahawks team, though, if his, like, the group that he's a part of, if that group does like get the Seahawks, he has to divest all of his holdings of the 49ers. So he would no longer be like any sort of owner
Yeah,
or affiliated at all with the
but I
49ers.
mean, what Julian's saying still stands is that
Yeah,
there's yeah,
no
if he
loyalty.
could have
Yeah.
it his way,
Yeah,
he
no
would
loyalty
just be part
whatsoever.
of both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL. Yeah, pretty terrible. Spain also they won the World Cup, beat Argentina. Lamine Yamal, people say he didn't do much in that last game, but I mean he did shit the whole tournament, and he's a phenom in the sport. Do you guys have a comp for Lamine Yamal in the current NFL?
So Lamine Yamal is a 19-year-old, now a World Cup champion. I don't know, forgive me, all you soccer fans out there. Don't really keep up with it. I don't know if he's won any sort of Champions League or uh Balloon d'Or award, anything of that sort. All I know is
Fair, fair,
that
fair.
he's won the World Cup. So, got to think a younger player, probably like from rookie to maybe third year for like comparison's sake, probably he's won an award of some sort, whether it be like rookie of the year, offensive player of the year. Let me think.
I've got one in mind that I think is kind of obvious, but
Then rip yours while I ponder.
I mean, based off of that criteria, like the only answer I can really come to is JSN
See, that was
because
my first thought as well.
his one Opoi, he just won a Super Bowl. I think it's only in his he won a Super Bowl in his I think his third year. So I mean, like, and I'm not like a huge Jason Glazer. I think that he's a really talented receiver, but I don't think he's like necessarily a phenom, which is like my only kind of hesitation for picking him. But like matching to that criteria, he's only in his third year. He won a Super Bowl in his third year, and he won Offensive Player of the Year. So, like, what other players currently in the league can I compare to that at, like, a younger age? Really, not anybody comes to mind.
Did
I
Bijan win Rookie of the Year or no? Or was it
uh,
Jameer?
I actually don't know. I don't think it was
yeah, it
Bijan.
was Bijan,
Oh, was it?
See,
I
Bijan could
think.
be like another one.
Oh wait, no, maybe it was just a finalist. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't Bijan.
It's also
I
kind
have
of
an answer though.
what's your answer?
I was thinking Drake May, and my comparison is obviously the age. They're both like super young comparatively for their sport, and they both have like reached the top game, even if Drake May didn't win it. And he almost won MVP. I mean, we can't forget. Didn't want him to win. I didn't think he was gonna win, but I mean, he was up there at at this age. And also, Yamal plays for Barcelona, and Drake May plays for the Patriots. I mean, come on, man. Two prestigious clubs at a young age, winning early. Give me Drake May.
See, but like JSN has one. He's got the Opoi, he's got the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think Jason was bad. I just had Drake May as my answer.
I really don't think like if I'm projecting, like maybe Jeremiah Love, but that's like a crazy
That's
projection.
projecting. I feel like somehow brings the Cardinals back to relevance. That would be equivalent.
But yeah, he's like the only other player I could really think of. Now, if we're going like not accolades and stuff, and we're just doing like swag, because like Yamal's got
Gotta be
some
like,
like y'all are about to hate this. Y'all ready?
what?
Jackson Dart,
Ugh.
big
Yeah, I
market,
mean,
I don't
that is
even
kind of
terrible.
know
I was
how to
kind
gonna
of.
go like
respond to that.
Malik Neighbors, but
That's also I don't know. Like I'm not a like a Dart fan or anything, but I was just saying
I'm
he's
yeah, I
like
thinking
understand.
Brock
He likes the
Bowers.
chains. He likes the sunglasses. Yeah,
he
I see
likes
it.
the tension on him. So does Jamal.
Say Brock Bowers, who's balding.
Man's got the fucking sauce, man. I don't know what to tell
He
you.
ain't got no fucking drip. Dude. All right. Well, I mean, that's all I really had for recent tidbits, if you will. Shout out to Spain. I'm 2%, so gotta ride with my people there. Moving into our next topic, though, we're gonna be ranking teams based on their watchability. Um, how fun it is to watch them. So we'll get into that here. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be ranking all 32 teams here into these 5 different categories. We've got at the top must watch. This is must watch TV. It might be the best teams in the league. It might have just some very entertaining players that you're wanting to check out every week. Second category is willing to watch. So this is you're looking at the games on, you see this matchup or this team, and you just put the game on because you're like, I want to see them play right now. Next one's going to be only watch through red zone. This is like you're watching red zone, and this team's kind of catching your eye often, but you're not too invested into what's really going on. If it's the only game on, this is a team that really doesn't have too much to bring, but maybe they got one or two guys that are somewhat entertaining or a good storyline going on, so you might tune in. And then the bottom category here is going to be turn that shit off. This is just a piss poor ran franchise, just not putting good players out on the field consistently enough to give a fuck. And you're probably going to be wondering week 10, like, damn, like that guy's got that many yards, or I didn't even know that guy played for that team
Who the
because
fuck
they're
is
that
that
terrible.
guy?
Yeah. So
Where
we're
like
just going to
the
go.
random fantasy like late season pickups when everyone's injured. That's the teams that you tune into.
Jordan Whittington type shit. You guys don't even know who that is, huh? Only
I've
I've
heard
been
the
Receiver.
there. Only I've gone to those depths, huh?
Rams receiver, pal. Back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody believes in the wide receiver 4 for the Rams when it gets that late.
Starting with the
First up,
local one, New Orleans
well,
Saints.
I would go only watch through red zone here.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
gotta prove a little bit more to me. Like
They're
they're
definitely not a only if it's the only game on sort of team.
yeah,
Yeah, like
they're
they got
like
enough going on.
for me, they're like teetering on the willing to watch. Like if their offense can be as good as it like seems like it could be, like going into this season, I'd put it in willing to watch. But as of right now, they got to go and only watch through red zone.
Yeah.
The Dolphins turn that shit up. If I
Yeah.
see
I'm not
anybody
watching that shit, dude.
willingly watching a Dolphins game that is not a Dolphins fan, you are sick in the head.
Even if you're a Dolphins fan, dude, take
Yeah,
like
you might
4 games
Yeah,
off this year.
you're just
you
a
might want to take the
masochist.
season off.
You
Yeah,
like to be humiliated.
yeah.
And I am looking at you differently. Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens, I'm willing to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a willing to watch team.
Lamar makes them like close to being must watch, but like he just doesn't have that pizzazz anymore like he used to, man. Doesn't have that
Sometimes
like
they
set.
just fuck around, like they'll be up like 20 some games nowadays and they'll just fucking choke it. Like you're not even expecting them to win.
They
You know?
get like blown out randomly.
Yeah, by the Browns. And you're like,
Yeah.
wow, why did I watch this?
Bengals, I'm
Ooh,
willing to watch, man. If
yeah.
Burrow and Jamar are on the field, I'm willing to watch. That's enough for me.
It's like
Improved defense.
it's like who's like like a Julio and Matty Ice sort of dynamic. Like, the team around them could be absolute dog shit, but as long as those two are on the field together, like I'm willing to sit down and watch the game.
And they got T. Higgins. So it's like a little throw in.
Broncos, it's the only game on.
Honestly, yeah. If
Yeah.
it's the only fucking game on. And even then, I might turn that shit off.
Yeah. It's just like not exciting football. Like, yeah, they're winning games and shit like that. But this season they may not even if Bo Nix's leg still looks like it does. But I mean,
Nah,
you
they
know.
already amputated that shit, dude. You got the robotic leg. You got the Sean Payton robotic leg.
But like even when they're winning games, it's like this is teetering on turn that shit off.
It's
Because
like
like,
this is
what am I watching?
screens and slants to Cortland Sutton and fucking
Jalen Waddle, new wide
RJ
receiver
Harvey.
too.
Yippee.
Giants. I'd
This
say
is teetering on willing to watch, dude.
what are you fucking talking about, bro?
Dude,
I was
hear me
gonna
out,
say
hear
it's
me out, hear
teetering
me out,
between
hear me
like
out.
only watch through red zone and if it's the only game on. Like if Malik is healthy and he's like balling out, I'll watch it through red zone. I'll see
And
his like
Scatterbo, man.
30-yard
Scatterbo's
catches.
getting touches.
Bro, Scatterbo. Oh, we didn't touch on that. Y'all see Scatterbo do the fucking backflip at
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah,
Dude,
and then break his shit. Yeah.
dude, he is such a fucking idiot.
Dude, just like him.
I think that should
I
just
don't
piss me
think
off.
him or Jackson Dart are very like good, promising players to be honest, but they are fun to watch.
I
And
think
Malik
TPE
Neighbor is
City.
like, come on, man.
I think
And that
Dart has like a
defense,
little spark. Like whenever the Giants drafted him, I thought it was like terrible. But like after his rookie season, I think there's like a little spark. But
dude, move them up to only watch their red zone, man. I think they're on the same tier as the Saints.
see, I don't. The Vikings, they got Jettas, man.
That might be. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
mean,
say turn that shit off, but they got Jettas, man.
is that enough? I guess if it's the only game
on.
Just to see like some fucking Vikings, Bills, fucking Jay Jetta's one hand type shit.
Rams, this is must-watch TV, man.
Yeah, it's much watch.
We're locked in for every Rams game, I think, this season. Myles Garrett, potentially Aaron Donald. We'll have to see what happens. But the winning MVP, Matt Stafford, Puka, have to see
Yeah.
what happens with them. This is gonna be a fun team.
Yeah. No comment there. Bucks, if it's the only game on, dude, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd do it like watch through red zone.
Nah, man. Like the Baker gimmick, it's kind of getting old on me, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Egg Book is cool, but it's
Amika and
it's
like
not-
Bucky, I feel like are worth watching.
Man, fuck Bucky.
I ain't watching all that, dude.
Bucky can't fucking stay healthy. Doesn't want to play football.
Amika got hurt too.
If it's like a Bucks Saints game like Thursday night, I'll watch it. I don't think I'd watch any other Bucks game.
Yeah.
Lions. This
They're
is
still
Willing to
willing
watch?
to
Uh,
watch.
I was gonna argue must watch.
They're
Their
willing
off
to
I
watch.
don't-
their offense has the potential still to be like insane, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think they're still a contender, so I think willing to watch. They play good football usually, so they're good to watch.
The Bears, this is also willing to watch for me.
Yeah.
Caleb, Rome, Luther,
This is almost must watch.
Loveland.
I almost had him as my Amal comp, Caleb. I'm because
That
I'm
is,
starting to separate the art from the artist, and I'm starting to.
you mean the fingernail paint to the fingernails?
That's not what it said, but it seemed like you
No,
catch
that's what
my
he said.
drift.
I heard it.
Yeah, you caught my drift. But yeah, he was almost one of my comps. They're almost must watch. They're about a year or two away.
49ers, I think if it's the only game. Well, I'd
Yeah.
probably watch them
No.
through Red Zone.
Bro, this is almost turning that shit off.
Yeah, this
is
is
like
almost turning that shit
CMC
off.
saving it. They just don't excite me anymore. Like the shit they had during the Super Bowl run, that was a somewhat exciting like team all around. They just don't got it. They don't got shit for me.
I'm just like, why
Purdy
am I
doesn't get me
watching?
up.
Like towards the end of the last season, when I was like watching a 49ers game, I'd be like, why am I watching this? Like, what is there to watch that's fun or exciting about this team? Brock Purdy? No, absolutely not.
The Eagles.
I'll watch the
Willing,
red zone, dude. Like
yeah, I mean, only watch through Red Zone or Willing. I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit biased, so I'm willing to put them in Willing to watch, but probably through Red Zone only.
What are you biased about?
I don't fucking like the Eagles.
their brand of
Oh, so
football.
you're willing to hate watch them, is what you're saying.
No. I was saying like I feel like my bias may be influencing them to put them in only watch through Red Zone when they should be in willing to watch. But if you guys are also cool with putting them in Red Zone,
So
then I'm
you're
cool
you're
with that.
willing to watch a tush push 50
Yeah.
times a game?
Push. They got rid of AJ Brown. They ain't trying to throw that shit down the field at all.
You got Mikhail Lemon.
Yeah, ain't about to be doing the same thing Devontae Smith does. Fucking catch slants, catch fucking
that's fair.
comebacks.
I think Red Zone's a good spot for him. Like I said.
Raiders, this is only watched through Red Zone.
Yeah.
I think if they had Fernando starting the season, I might be willing to watch like his first game or two, but for the most part, this is
Packers. I'm willing to watch if it's an NFC North matchup. Those are always good. Other than that,
I
I'd
feel like
probably
if
just
it's like
watch
a
the red
decent
zone.
opponent, like I'd be willing to watch most weeks.
Yeah, if
I
it's
do willing to watch here.
if it's like the Bears Packers playoff game last year, that shit was fucking banger.
The Packers, they're kind of like the Lions too, where they usually just play some good football all around.
We have 3 of the 4 NFC North teams. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, we did rank that division as one of the like second most or like toughest division going into this year. Maybe they were tied for second, but they're
I do
pretty high up
recall.
there.
Commanders, it's the only game. They got
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Jaden back, but yeah, it's about
They
it.
gotta reel
he's-
us back in.
I mean,
yeah.
the uniforms will be better.
Yeah, but like that's not enough to make me care, you know.
After last season, they're gonna have to reel us back in if they want us to be willing to go any higher than if it's the only game on.
Now Jaden starts doing crazy shit, then I'll be willing to watch them more. But Cardinals, turn that shit off.
Yeah, turn
Yeah,
that shit
right.
off.
I'll check the Jeremiah Love stat lines to see the highlights, but I ain't watching that shit.
No,
Man.
I ain't
I'm
watching
not-
I
I'm
ain't
not-
watching a full football game just to watch their running back maybe rip off like one or two decent fucking runs a game.
All right, I'll leave this one up to you two. Leave my bias out.
I would only watch the red zone personally.
Yeah, probably Red Zone. I don't think they're willing to watch this
This
season.
must-watch TV right there if I've ever seen. With the no, I'm not gonna say that. Bills.
I guess they're willing to watch. Yeah, defense is still a little mid to me.
Joe
I
Brady,
mean, Josh Allen
new
and James.
offense. Well,
Yeah.
new same offense.
Yeah, they can be up there.
Falcons only through red zone. See some crazy shit that Bijan does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
normally
crazy
they've got some good
outfits.
highlights on Red Zone.
There'll be
See
some
if
good Tua plays this year.
the GOAT
Probably
Kyle
not.
Pitts does anything crazy. Doubt it. The
Seahawks
Seahawks,
aren't must watch for me, man. I'm sorry.
I
No,
think
that's must
now,
watch.
see, I think they just like lost too much in free
And Sam
agency.
Darnold was just like,
Yeah, I don't think I'm must watching Sam Darnold.
yeah.
I think
I
he
guess that's
cast
fair.
me a. I'd be willing to watch Sam Darnold. Patriots, I
Patriots
Patriots,
think
for red
that's
zone.
Drake May's kind of carrying them for me. Their
Yeah, but
defense
like
is
yeah.
pretty good
outside of
too.
just watching
Hold on,
Drake May,
let me put you on. Mike Vrabel, his drama.
I
Would you be willing
don't
to
Yeah.
know if
watch
I
that?
care enough at that point. But you can throw them into willing to watch if you guys outvote me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to watch.
Browns, turn that shit off, man.
Hey,
Turn that
man.
shit off,
If
man.
it's the only game on, I'm watching that shit, man.
Texans, I'd be willing to watch.
Yeah, I think they go in willing to watch.
I think it like they're hard carried by the defense though.
You
Yeah,
want to watch the defense is must watch.
Yeah, defense is must watch. Offense is like only if it's the only game on.
No, offense turn that shit off most weeks.
Uh,
Can be flipping through channels whenever Texans games are on,
yeah,
man.
Cam turns the TV off, crawls into bed whenever the Texans are on offense.
If that first throw to Nico downfield doesn't hit, it's fucking chalked. You can just call it quarter one.
Chiefs, I think at this point, if it's the only game, I think I'm just Chiefs out. You know,
I want some
I'm
Justin Fields fucking Chiefs ball, man.
I'm kind of cool with leaving them in if it's the only game on. Even if Patrick Mahomes is back, like I still think that they're really only like a watch through red zone team. But yeah, no, Justin Fields, this is like an if it's the only game on.
Hate to say it, man. The Cowboys must watch TV.
No.
their defense is still not great. Their offense is going to be good again. That's why I think it's probably only through
I'd
red
say
zone.
I'd say
Nah,
red
man, I'm
zone.
willing to watch. As a lifelong Cowboys hater, I'm willing to watch,
Yeah,
dude.
you've been
I'm not turning.
outvoted.
Yeah, I'm not turning on a Cowboys game of my own will.
Okay, the Cowboys are washing this fucking fraudulent team. I'm only watching this shit through personally.
I think that's where they belong to.
I
Jets,
don't know, it's must watch TV.
Jets. I'm turning that shit off, bro. They don't trying to watch fucking Geno Smith ball back in
Yeah,
New
no,
York.
I'm good.
Carolina's also bordering, but they got Tet, man.
They always make some scrappy, fun games, man. Bryce, playing his little heart out.
Like a
If
Sunday
it's the only
night
game on.
Saints Panthers.
Yeah,
Panthers.
This is gonna go ahead and be turn that shit off.
Yeah, I mean
this is
Cam Ward he's all they really got, man.
this is also turn that shit off. If we're being honest, bro. Who's saying turn on that Daniel Jones Colts game?
Put that Daniel
Dude,
Jones joint on.
Daniel Jones back on the fucking field, man. I don't know. I might, if it's the only game on, I might tune that shit
See, but
in.
they also got Jonathan Taylor.
Little
Hey, who
Danny
else?
Dimes
Michael
action.
Pittman.
They
Alec
got
Pierce is about to get fucking doubled.
they got Sauce Gardner.
That's a little if it's the only game on action.
I think the Jags are, yeah, if it's the
So the only must-watch TV or must-watch team we have are the Rams, which are the Super Bowl favorites, so it makes sense.
I mean, we'd all put our own teams up there with them, so really we all individually have two must-watch teams.
Like
Honestly, if
But
there's anybody in willing to watch that I think would be like I'd be willing to bump up, but I'm not really seeing anybody that's like speaking out too much to me.
if you could guarantee to me that Joe Burrow would be healthy for an entire season, I would consider putting the Bengals up there, just because I want to see what they can actually do now that they're like not young, and the defense is at it a little bit more. That's the only thing. I feel like the rest of these teams we've seen like a lot of what their potential looks like, and I wouldn't. Like Lions are pretty close. Like I said, Bears are like a year or two out. But yeah, I think this list is pretty good for the most part.
just shows we'd be willing to watch most of the.
With this being said, though, with these teams in front of us like this, who do you guys think is the first coach to get fired?
Uh,
Gotta be like a second year head coach, if I had to guess.
what's his face from the Jets?
I
Aaron
was hoping
Glenn.
nobody would notice that one.
Aaron Glenn.
I'm gonna
I
be
think
honest, I
based on how
completely
we-
forgot who their head coach was.
Couldn't think of
he's
his
fucking
name.
tough. I mean, if the Colts really shit the bed, I could see them maybe moving on from Steichen just because they just want to get something fresh, even though it probably won't be someone better.
I think it'll take a lot for the 49ers to move on from Shanahan, but I think
They're
it's still a
not, brother.
possibility.
They're not.
Yeah,
That
it's gonna
team
be
went
Shannon
12 and
walking
5
away.
last year because of him. And I'm not a like I like Shanahan. Like I'm not like a huge defender of him, but they went 12 and 5 last year only because of him. He's the only reason.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing. I was just saying that like it would take a lot for him to be fired.
Yeah, I think it's just impossible for them to fire him at this point. I'd say maybe Dan Quinn, Todd Bowles. Like if the Commanders come out, their defense doesn't look good and their offense hasn't improved.
Another question: what team, mostly obviously in the bottom half, do you think has it been the longest since they've been like a only watch through red zone tier, or like a willing to watch? Like who's gone through the biggest drought of like this team hasn't been watchable for fucking a decade at this point?
The Browns or the Jets.
Panthers.
The Browns had the little Baker run there for a second.
Panthers post Cam, which was what 2015.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say the Panthers probably, bro.
yeah. I just wanted to kind of shed some light on the fan bases that have been going through tough times and let them know that we see their pain and we're telling their team that they need to do better because it's not acceptable.
The Panthers is probably the only team that I'm looking at on this list where I could genuinely like look at that team and like look at their depth chart and be like, man, they just scooped up like most of these guys up off the street of Carolinas.
Yeah, I would say them are the Jets because honestly, I can't remember the Jets like coming close to a playoff recently.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. They've been getting dicked on by Brady and then dicked on by Josh Allen for the last fucking 25 years. So,
Yeah, it sucks to suck. But yeah, it's our 32 team ranking based on watchability. We look forward to watching these teams very soon.
Yeah, at this point, I'd watch a Cardinals Browns game right now if it was on.
I mean, we're about to watch a fucking Cardinals Panthers game here in about 2 weeks.
And it's the third strings, not even starters.
Yeah, this is maybe look out for these teams. We'll be looking out for them. But we're gonna move into our next topic here. All right, and for our next topic, it's going to be the main event. It's what we've all been waiting for here tonight. I've got a very special game curated for the boys here. We'll have Julian versus Keegan, and I don't think this has ever been done before. I think I came up with it personally, but I mean, if somebody has done it, obviously shout out to them. But basically, they're going to be drafting players based on certain categories, and the way they draft these players will determine who wins each round, and it's best 2 out of 3. So there will be 2 rounds of drafting. If you guys are tied up after that 1-1, then we will go into the sudden death round, which will be a different category but the same format. So basically, to start out, we're just gonna go. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it matters the order, so I can just flip a coin real quick. Um,
Unprepared, this guy.
this has definitely
you
already
can
been done before.
call it right now, Julian.
Tails never fails.
All right. Do you want the first pick or the second pick, man?
I'm gonna go with the second pick.
All right, so Keegan will be starting out, and we're just gonna go back and forth, I think,
Yeah.
to get this done. So you guys are going to be drafting a team of 6 players each. All right, it's gonna be quarterback, 2 receivers, running back, tight end.
Okay.
Okay, quarterback, 2 receivers, running back, tight end. That is 5 players, not 6. Okay, so you're gonna be
W.
drafting 5 players each: quarterback, 2 receivers, running back, and tight end. All right, and this first category is going to be career yards. All right, so there's a bit of honesty here. No cheating, no typing. All right, you're just gonna be giving me names in a draft format of who you think had the most career yards, and then I'm going to total all of them up at the end, and whoever's team has the most amount of yards is the winner of that round.
I have a
Do you
question.
understand? Yes.
For career yards, are we talking about scrimmage yards for like receivers and running backs, or just rushing yards for running backs, just receiving yards for receivers?
And we're just gonna do rushing yards for running backs and receiving yards for receivers and
Okay.
tight ends.
And
And for quarterbacks, just passing yards.
did you say we can draft any position first, or are we starting with
You can,
quarterback?
you can go in whatever order you want.
Okay.
All right. So Keegan is picking first. Who is your 101?
I think I'll just go Thomas Edward Brady. It's a nice chunk of yards right there.
Okay. And who are you going to be going with, Julian?
Jerry Rice.
My pick or my 102 or 201. Are we snaking or just going back and forth?
It's
You're
just
just
back
going
to
back
you.
and forth, so you can go again.
Oh, I think I'll take Randy. I think he's second or third.
I'm gonna go with Tony Gonzalez. Tight end.
I ain't going. That was a terrible pick.
Was it?
I would take Emmett Smith. I think he's
I don't
the
think it was that bad.
leader
Okay.
for running backs.
Y'all slow down. I gotta get back up.
This guy.
This dude.
All right. Who took Randy Moss? Keegan.
Keegan.
Yep.
Julian took Rice. Tony Gonzalez. All right. Who's next?
That's me.
Wait. Who'd Keegan take after?
Emmett Smith, running back.
Emmitt Smith.
Okay.
I am gonna go with there's a couple of guys I want to go with, but this may be bad, but I'm gonna go with Julio.
You got Keegan.
I'm gonna just play it safe and go Larry Fitz.
Good.
I think he's fifth.
For quarterback, I'm gonna go Breeze.
Oh no, whenever no man. That was about to be a fucking pause and a half.
You're good.
I'll take I'll take Kelsey for tight end. I think him and Gates
Okay.
are probably neck and neck at this point.
So Julian has a running back.
I'll go with LT.
All right. So after round one, Julian has drafted Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, Julio Jones, Jerry Rice, and Tony Gonzalez. Keegan has drafted Tom Brady, Emmett Smith, Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald, and Travis Kelce. All right. I'm going to keep the results of that round hidden until after this next round, and then we will determine if we need to go into the final round, or I will just reveal who the winner was. So this time we're going to do Julian drafting first. And the difference here is you cannot draft any of the players either of you guys just drafted in that last round. So no repeats on either side. If you do name somebody that was already named, I'll just tell you, and you'll have to pick a different player. And for this category, we are doing touchdowns, and it's going to be in the same format. So quarterbacks, receiver, two receivers, a running back, and a tight end, and you're going to be doing so quarterbacks is just passing touchdowns, receivers just receiving, and so on. So Julian, you're first.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Peyton Manning.
Keegan,
I'm going to go with give me Adrian Peterson.
Julian,
Give me. Keegan already said Larry Fitz, right?
Yep.
Okay. Give me.
It's not very rapid fire of him.
I don't know if
Three,
this is a bad. Just give me
two.
Barry Sanders.
All right.
I will take
Keegan,
T.O.
Julian,
Give me Demarius Thomas.
Give
RIP.
me Antonio Gates.
Give me Antonio Brown.
Keegan,
Give me Marv Harrison, senior, not junior.
Julian Titan,
Give me Rob Gronkowski.
And give me A-Rod.
All right, so for that second round, we have Julian drafting Peyton Manning, Barry Sanders, Demarius Thomas, Antonio Brown, and Rob Gronkowski. And we have Keegan drafting Aaron Rodgers, Adrian Peterson, Terrell Owens, Marvin Harrison Sr., and Antonio Gates. And I'm going to compile the results and find out a winner. All right, so I have the scorecards here. It's all settled, and it's going to be in this first round 145,767 yards to 153,355 yards in the favor of Keegan for round one.
Oh man, god damn!
It's
Give
coming
me
home
Our
big,
large our large carriers were here. Brady had 9,000 more yards than Breeze, sadly. Emmett Smith had about 5,000 more yards than LT. Moss and Julio is pretty close. I think it's only like 1,500 yards off. And then Jerry Rice, you did wash Fitz there. That was a big 5,000 yard gap there. And then Tony G and Kelsey was close. Tony G actually has 2,000 more yards than Kelsey. But overall, I think it
Dude,
was
Keegan was trying to
mostly
make
Brady.
me think I was crazy.
Mostly Brady, a little bit of Emmitt Smith that kind of got him that. And then in the second matchup, we have a score of 876 to a score of 1,044.
Damn.
In the favor of Keegan. Ding,
Hmm.
ding, ding, ding. Will be a 2-0 sweep. No need for the third round this time. I'll just put it in the bag and we'll save it for one of my next games. You know, always reduce, reuse, recycle, as they say. But here, it looks like the major differences was Adrian Peterson had about 20 more touchdowns than Barry Sanders.
God damn.
And then here in the receiver categories where it gets bad, Terrell Owens had 90 more touchdowns than Demaryius Thomas to RIP, and Marvin Harrison had like 40 more touchdowns than Antonio Brown. So that was the big gap there. And then Antonio Gates also had like around 20 more touchdowns than Gronk. So that one was a little rough. I mean, Julian, you had a lot of like guys who were early, like on pace to be like all-time guys, but you know, they just kind of all fizzled out one reason or another. And then Keegan went with like all the guys who were fucking playing until they were 40 and shit.
Yeah, that was kind of the mindset I was going with.
Yeah. But you know, another interesting formatted game here, you know, I try to keep it fresh. You know, not unlike all the other trivia channels, sports channels that are around. We try to come up with some original ideas here, but we'll keep innovating. We're trying to do bigger and better things here on the channel with the show. We take small steps at a time, but we're trying to take a few bigger steps and you know, coming up here, going into the season, we're going to be trying, you know, put a little bit more effort into the editing, to the scripts, to everything we put into the videos, even the thumbnails, and really try to make this something that we can grow out of and onto better things with it, take it somewhere. Maybe throw some face cams in here, you know, if we can get some retaining viewership. Uh, make that happen too. Maybe some live streams down the road. We really just got to see, you know, what the people want. So we need to build an audience here first, and that's really what we're trying to do. So you guys have anything you want to add?
Couldn't have said it better myself if I tried to, Captain.
Yep, I'm not the captain, man. I'm just a crew member. What's up, Julian? You got anything to add?
I don't think so. I think you pretty much hit all of it.
All right. This was episode 22 of Unsolicited Takes. Takes you never asked for, and we out.
See ya.
Later.